welcome. My name is Mr. Vega. I teach band at TEP Charter, and for this trimester, or maybe a little bit more, we're going to be doing music performance in the classroom, all right? And we're going to have to get really creative. As a drummer, I do play the drum set. I do like to hit drums all the time, but I've also had to be creative. I had to look at stuff around my house, and instead of finding drumsticks, I've had to find pencils instead, right? I've had to be creative and find different things to improvise just so I could get music out. And during this time of COVID, and we're not able to get stuff right away, we did order drumsticks, but we're going to be waiting for them. During this time of COVID, we have to be creative. So I'm going to ask you guys to look around, try to find maybe two pencils you could use as drumsticks. Look around, maybe try to find a box or notebook you could use, right, for a surface to play on. Maybe one that's bigger and one that's smaller. But I want you to be creative and look around, but we're going to make this work. We're going to make this work. Here's how the class is going to go. The way the class is going to go is as follows. When we come into class, right, we come in, we get settled in, and once we get settled in, we're going to do something called clap and tap. And clap and tap, some of you guys are familiar with it, some of you guys are not. It's just a very easy way to be able to perform and learn rhythms. It's a deep dive into rhythms, right? So you're going to be clapping, and you're going to be using something called rhythm words, which you might go Joe, Andrew, Andrew, Joe, Joe, Andrew, Andrew, Joe, Joe, right? Or you could be using something called counts, which is 1, 2, and 3, and 4. 1, 2, and 3, and 4. And the idea is I want you to get so used to rhythm that when we get back on our instruments, you don't have to worry about it as much. You could focus more on the notes. You could focus more on the technique of your clarinet, the technique of your flute, the technique even on the drums. Because if you understand the rhythm and you hear it in your head, it's going to come out as you play. All right, so this is how the class is going to go. Step 1, clap and tap. The next part, step 2, is we're going to be playing on different surfaces, okay? Which we're going to have to get creative, like I said. And you're going to be playing with, maybe pencils at first, but I do want to move over to drumsticks eventually. So that's the point, okay? And we got that coming. After we do that, it's going to be time for you to synthesize, be able to combine some of the stuff you've learned, some of the techniques you've learned on how to play drums, right, with some of the rhythms you've just learned, all right? And maybe even make songs or improvise over that or play as a group. Right? So that's how the class is going to go. I hope you enjoy it. Give it your best shot. And every time we do this, think of brand new ways to make music. Enjoy.